on campus and sat outside of the defense room and basically sitting outside maybe about an hour and a half earlier before basically by 8:30 I was there, just sitting there and just reading with my headphone. All of a sudden, my professor started walking down the hall. And he comes in and he said to me, I knew you would be here. I'm like, yes. He was like, come on in. So we walk in and he knew that I would be nervous. So he started, remember, he's a Harvard Law graduate. So he was prepping me then. So he basically got me into the room and started asking me about all the literature, like the literature review. Because once you get started, then he knew that I knew my material, then I wouldn't be nervous. But if I'm sitting there that whole time, that nervous anticipation would probably kill me. So we went in there and eventually everything was fine. And I finished the defense. And my professor was like, the Princeton professor was basically saying that at the end, because he was the toughest one, that I had to basically answer his questions. So that guy at the end of it, after you finish defense, they sent you out and you're like waiting nervously. It was like, did I pass? And then they call me back in. And when they call me back in, Terry, the Princeton professor, was like, we have a slight change of the committee composition. We are going to have like my mentor to be the chair, and I will step down as a co-chair because I felt that he had done more work with you and he has mentored you more than any one of us has. So he deserved to be the chair. So I thought that I would share that story. Not often did I have not really shared that much, but I really have some amazing mentor. And the reason why I was so impressed with Adapt because especially people with diverse background, underrepresented community, we don't always have people that believe in us like that. And I think that is so important, like you, Gail, all the people at Adapt. I just talked to Aziz yesterday. She's going to be a moderator for a panel. So we did our prep yesterday and we talked about all things, Adapt and everything travel. So it has been a really wonderful community. So I thought that I wanted to share. Can you tell me a story of your mentoring someone that really make a strong impression for you?
So one, I want to say thank you for sharing your story because I think people don't often get the opportunity to be who they are because they don't know that they can be. For example, you were doing the best you could in school, you obeyed your parents, you worked at their restaurant, and you just were trying to make your way. Maybe not exactly sure what that way was, but you received an opportunity with someone who saw the excellence in you and brought it out. Just even the part of your story where you shared that you were working and he said, go home, like to remind you that what's most important, that you're defending your thesis in the morning. And I get it. It's important to work with your parents, but you need to step back for a second and take a moment and go prepare, learn the literature because he understood you. And, look where you are now. And those are the types of stories that I think are so meaningful and inspirational.